Hi everybody, welcome to Module 2, Lesson 1. Opposite quantities combine to make 0. Students will be able to use the additive inverse to add integers. Be sure to take notes into your Eureka packet. Make sure to jot down any questions so you can ask them tomorrow. The 3 vocab words that show up the most, that are kind of the most important in this lesson: absolute value. The absolute value of -5 is 5. The absolute value of 7 is 7. Absolute value is always positive because it is the distance from 0, and distance is positive. Opposite numbers, such as -6 and +6. They are both the same distance away from 0, but in different or opposite directions. Additive inverse, it's sort of like opposites. The additive inverse of -5 is 5. When you add the two together, you get 0, a sum of 0. What I would like you to do is notice the list that I have typed on the left side of the screen. Pause the video and write the phrases or numbers in the correct locations of the Venn diagram. After you've done that, please resume the video. Make any adjustments that you need to make. How did you do? Left of 0 on the number line, opposite positive numbers, withdraw, loss, O, below, and -3. All are represented by negative numbers. Positive numbers are right of 0 on the number line. They're opposite the negative numbers. They are above. It's when you earn money. It's when you make a deposit. It's when you gain in +7. Notice the 0. 0 is not in the Venn diagram. It's outside, because 0 is neither positive nor negative. Use the number line below to practice counting up and counting down. Counting up means you're starting at 0. Counting up starting at 0 corresponds to positive numbers, which remember are to the right of 0. Counting down starting at 0 corresponds to the negative numbers, which remember are to the left of 0. 0 is neither positive nor is it negative. Where do you begin when locating a number on the number line? Well, you go to 0, don't you? You start at 0 and then you go to the right if it's a positive number or left if it's a negative number. So start at 0. And what do you call the distance between a number and 0 on a number line? We talked about it a moment ago. It's one of our vocabulary words. The distance between a number and 0 on the number line is absolute value. So I'd like you to try for a moment the absolute value of -4. What is it? The absolute value of 0. What is it? And the absolute value of +9. What is it? Well, I have a 9. I have a 4. And how far is 0 from 0 on the number line? It is 0 units. What is the relationship between 7 and -7? They're opposite numbers. They are the same distance from 0, but in opposite directions. What happens if you add 7 and -7? I go to the right 7 from 0. From there, I go to the left 7. I combine them, and I get a sum of 0. So, sounds a little bit like additive inverses. So for the next couple of lessons, we're going to be playing a card game called the integer game, and a lot of the notes refer to that. What is the sum of the card values shown? Use the counting on method on the provided number line to justify your answer. So my first number is +5. So I'm going to start at 0, and I'm going to go to the right 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Always put an arrowhead on it to show what direction you're moving. Then I have negative 5. I'm going to start where I stopped. Negative means move to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I just added opposites. When you add opposites, the sum is 0. Look at what I just have, where I finally landed. Then I have another card, negative 4. I start where I just ended. Negative means move to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm only boxing these to represent the colors. You don't need to actually box the cards. I then have a positive 8. Positive means move to the right. So I start where I landed, and I move to the right 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't forget your arrowheads. You need to know which way you're moving. So what is the final position? That would be, what is it? It is 4. My final stop is 4. What if I wanted to get back to 0? What card or combination of cards would you need to get back to 0? Well, one option is a negative 4. I would move left 4. Is there anything else you can think of that would get me back to 0 if I was at 4? How about negative 3 and negative 1? Move left 3, move left another 1. How about a positive 2 from the 4? I could move to the right 2, and then I would move to the left 6. There are so many combinations. Those are just a few of them. I would like you to pause the video and try A, B, and C on your own. When you're done, resume the video and see how you did. How did you do? How far is 7 from 0 and in which direction? Well, it's 7 units to the right. What is the opposite of 7? Negative 7. How far is negative 7 from 0? It is 7 units to the left. I might be moving left, but it is still 7 units. I would now like you to pause the video and complete D, E, and F. You need to write the sentence stem that I have for each of them and fill it in. So how did you do? What do we do when the first card selected is a 7 and the second card selected is negative 7? Well, we always start at 0. The first card was positive 7, so we count 7 to the right. The next card was a negative 7, so then it's 7 to the left, and we end at 0. So we went 7 and negative 7. Combined, we landed at 0. So 7 plus negative 7 is 0. Look at the arrows you drew for 7 and negative 7. What relationship exists between these two arrows that would support your claim about the sum of 7 and negative 7? The arrows are the same length, the same absolute value. They are the same distance, but in opposite directions from 0. So do you think this will hold true for the sum of any number and its opposite? Why? So I'm going to say that adding opposite numbers gives a sum of 0. So what about if we have 3 and we have negative 3? We're going to go to the right 3. Then from there, we're going to go to the left 3. We land at 0. So from 0, we go to the left 1, and then we go to the right 1. Where are we? 0. The additive inverse of a number is a number such that the sum of the two numbers is 0. The opposite of a number satisfies this definition. For example, the opposite of 3 is negative 3, and 3 plus negative 3 is 0. Hence, negative 3 is the additive inverse of 3. The property above is usually called the existence of additive inverses. So tomorrow in class, we will spend some time playing the integer game. I hope you paused, taken notes, jotted down any questions you have. You'll have an opportunity to ask them tomorrow. Bye.